Only got the one table going currently. There's not too much action on GG right now. However, obviously, because I've not got too many runs going, I'm going to film a bit of this cash footage, I think. It's not a terrible flop because more of his calls are going to compromise of, you know, 10s, 9s, 8s, other pocket pairs, some suited stuff. So I think firing a small bet here works well. Okay, that's kind of nice now. Like, that's obviously a really good turn card for us. However, I think what I'll do is just check back, and then I can see him checking this river again, because I can imagine he's got a weaker pocket pair. A little bit scared about 9s though. So if he did decide to put in a big bet, I would kind of be a bit worried. But if he does check, then I'm obviously gonna be bet. Oh. Thing is, just where do his bluffs come from here? Like, what's he calling that? I did put a small flop bet out. Thing is, we block ace queen, which is a possible ace calling hand he has. I'm just trying to think what he actually calls the flop and then bluffs with. I think he might have just clipped this 9s or something. But I'm going to call king 10. Okay, yeah, obviously just a complete bluff there. I was thinking, like, what does he kind of call the flop with? But then I did go for just like a 20% bet on the flop. With a club on board, I guess. I mean, yeah, I don't know about the flop call, but I suppose as there was a club on board, he can call to some small bets. But I didn't expect king 10 suited, to be honest. I think I'm just going to call now. Yeah, I mean, the flop obviously hits our range a bit better, but it doesn't hit what I've got, obviously. So, you know, it's fine to sort of check back. Ace queen quite a bit, might be the best hand anyway. But when you've got a flop like that smacks our range, I could push some sort of ace kings off right now, or just some other stuff. Okay, kind of interesting one here. I'm gonna actually bet again. We've obviously got queen of spades here, and I can't imagine him being too strong here. We've got a lot of sets. Yeah, he just folds. We would have hit obviously the flush on the river anyway. So I opened king deuce suited from the button. I bet small on the flop. Kalinas called, and then I'm just going for another small bet here because I think a lot of the time we're looking at jacks, and I'm not going to go too big here. It's possible you can have some stronger kings here as well, although we got a jack actually. I mean, it could obviously have king queen, but a lot of the time we're going to be splitting if he's got a king. So I'm going to go small, sort of represent just sort of some miss hearts, and hope he calls with a jack here. Yeah, he does call, and he's got a jack. Jack 10. Yep, so I think that sizing kind of worked perfectly there. Okay, queen's in the big blinds. Nice, on the 10k table too. I guess when I'm sitting on 60 big blinds, I won't raise quite as big as usual. Okay, we do see a call. Wow, what a flop. That is kind of perfect. We're just going to start off with a small bet here. Problem is, we're going to struggle seeing calls because his ace kings are going to be shoving almost always. But we can easily be up against some ace jack suited, jack 10 suited here. Okay, this is kind of strange. He puts in like a small honestly, I'm going to call this one early. This is aces, and I'm gonna re-raise him here. He's gonna shove, and he's gonna turn over aces. I don't like that turn card because jack 10 obviously gets there, but I think I just shove here just one time. Aces, he's definitely got aces, unless he's just being a dick and he's got like jack 10 and he's just slow rolling me. Oh, he folds. Okay, wow. 6-5 suited. Okay. Oh, would have made 2 pair on the river. That's kind of annoying. Okay, I 3-bet this guy. We've got an all-in with aces. Love to see it. 7s. Wow. It's pretty loose shove. Run it twice. Okay, mate. Win the first one. Everyone says it, but it's always good. Heart, come on. Ugh. Okay, I just decided to limp this flop. We've got 5s now. He's decided to just bet out one big blind on the turn. I'm going to just check because I just look as though I'm like really weak right now. Hopefully he bets. Okay, he bets like really small. This looks like so bluffy from me. So I'm actually going to put in fairly sizable raise. Perhaps he's got a weaker pocket pair or something. However, I was really off with my my aces read earlier, so maybe I'm just going to be off again, but we'll see, I guess. One thing that would be, okay, he calls king 7. Okay, I mean, yeah, I kind of didn't expect him to be as strong as having a king there, so I can certainly mix with ace queen off as to going for 3-bet or call. Although this guy does have a higher VPIP at this table, he is generally quite a tight player, so I'm just going to play a call. Not folding this flop though. Okay, that's not a bad turn card. Don't know whether raising really does too much here. I think I'd rather be putting in raises holding the ace of clubs rather than the queen of clubs. A raise certainly wouldn't be bad, but I think I will just call this one. I feel like he's just going to check back king or something here. Okay, I definitely can 3-bet here. I think just from the button, I'm going to call off 50 big blinds again because I don't particularly want to just get shoved on. Wow, just not hitting anything at the moment. I guess with a club on board though, I am going to fire a bet. Okay, Barak gets in on the action, calls. Wow, okay, that's really good turn card now. I don't think there's too much value in going massive here, so I'm going to keep betting though. You know, I don't want a king or ace to come or something and just give this guy some free cards. Okay, Barak does still call. Wow. What is this? This kind of looks pretty strong, to be honest. I think I'm just going to get out of the way of this one. Okay, he does shove. Wow, he snaps it off. Oh, 5s, aces. Okay, that's bit of a cooler for that guy, and he's left. Not happy about that one. So I got this comment the other day on one of my cash videos saying, are you shot taking for content and a bit out for depth? Do you have an edge at this stakes? Anyone that uploads on YouTube is going to get a few annoying comments now and again, like that's just natural. But I don't think this guy was saying it in a bad way. I think this guy was just genuinely interested. So I'm not putting this comment as though like, oh, look at this chat warrior or whatever. But I just thought I'd use it in the video as it does seem as though people seem to be interested in what my results actually are. Before I get people in the comments saying, oh, well, this graph doesn't include rake, I am fully aware of that. Firstly, towards the start of the year, I didn't used to download my histories and import them. And after 3 months on GG, they expire, so you can't download any older ones. Secondly, I don't actually have Poker Tracker downloaded on this computer. It's on my laptop and my other computer. So I don't actually have access right now to my results to show you. And lastly, at least you know on this, nothing can be edited. I can't just adjust any of my results, so everything's ticked here. So my results are what they say they are, just obviously without rake. So we got off the year to a good start, running above EV. Let's go to the next 10,000 hands. Then we had a nice smooth period here. Then as you can see, I think it's probably around March, April time, had a bit of a down period and then a real sort of sharp drop here, which wasn't so good. But after this next 10,000, we make a really good climb here. So I mean, this is really steady up to, you know, this is obviously without rake, and I will go into that in a minute. And then go into the final 10,000. Actually, no, we've still got another 10,000 after that. So then we have a bit of a mare period here. But then I've been doing pretty well recently, and this month of September, I'm actually running about 50,000 below EV, which is pretty frustrating and quite a lot. My profit now is actually slightly lower than my all-in EV, but over the course of the year, we are roughly on track. So as I said, I didn't import some of my hands from earlier in the year, but I do know that my profit for the year is roughly around 90,000. But if I've paid over 100,000 in rake, I'm getting around 30-ish% rake back. So if you add the rake back to my overall profit, then, I'm sitting at comfortably over 100k for the year, which I think is roughly a 2 or 3 big blind win rate, which I'm fairly happy with at these stakes. Like, certainly not one of the top crushers at this stage, like I know that. But for my first year of playing cash poker, just going straight in at these stakes, I think is pretty good. Like, I know there's areas where I can improve on and get to some of the levels of your barracks, your duddies, etc. But I'm pretty happy with the level I've reached this year. So going back to the original question, do I feel I'm out of my depth? No, I personally don't, and I don't think my results show that either. Obviously, if stuff didn't start going so well and I started having some bad results, then, I would just drop down, play lower stakes. I don't think there's necessarily anything to be embarrassed about that, especially if you're dropping from, 5, 10k now to 1k. Not that I'm saying I have any plans to do that. Like, I'm hoping I can push on, continue picking up some good results for the rest of the year. So if you enjoyed seeing my cash results and, you want to continue seeing this high stakes cash footage, then make sure you subscribe. Obviously helps the channel. And yes, stay tuned for the next one. Thanks for watching.